In 2015, an elephant in Sabi Sands Game Reserve was attacked by a 13-foot crocodile. The predator snapped the jaws around its trunk, and the elephant panicked and tried to set himself free. He reared up on his hind legs, trumpeted loudly out of fear and pain, and waved his trunk around so intensely he almost pulled the crocodile out of the water. But the croc wouldn't lose the grip. In the end, the elephant slammed the crocodile, jabbed it with his tusk, and only after that he could get away. But take my word for it, this elephant got really lucky. In Zambia's South Luangwa National Park, a dead elephant was found lying on a trampled crocodile. According to Live Science, the bodies were found by one of the guides. Perhaps a young female crocodile was protecting her clutch from the elephant, or maybe the elephant was already wounded and looked like easy prey. Though the wounded elephant proved to be strong enough to fight for his life. After the fight with the river predator, the elephant probably blacked out from injuries or exhaustion. While falling, he landed on the reptile and crushed it to death. Here's another story from Zambia. A crocodile was about to attack a baby elephant who came to drink water from the river, but his mother noticed it in time. She grabbed the crocodile with her trunk, threw it here and there, and trampled him until it was over. In the Lulawi Mfolozi Game Reserve, a crocodile named Jaws was so hungry he wrapped its mouth around the trunk of an adult elephant. The encounter lasted only 20 seconds. Another elephant quickly came to the rescue and forced the reptile to abandon his lunch. Otherwise, well, you already know how these stories go. So the elephant got off easy, suffering only trunk injuries. Actually, cases of elephants and crocs attacking each other are quite rare, but the fights ending in a draw are one-off events. The crocodile is one hell of a dangerous, cunning predator with sharp teeth and strong jaws. At the same time, the elephant's one of the smartest animals in the world, plus it's really huge.
It's time!
As I said, the crocodile named Jaws hurt the elephant's trunk. And this is a much more serious injury than it might seem at first glance. The thing is, the trunk is not the finger you cut while making a sandwich. It's more like a hand. The hand that helps you breathe and eat and drink. No wonder trunk injuries can result in poor health and eventually death. But sometimes elephants adapt even to that sort of injury. There are cases when they could squirt water into their mouth with damaged trunks, though it still requires some part of the trunk to remain intact. See this baby elephant? Instead of a trunk, he has only a short stump left, the aftermath of an attack of some predator. A very brutal attack. Yes, the baby survived. Besides, he's surrounded by adult elephants, and yet he has almost zero chance to grow up. Deprived of the opportunity to get food, drink, interact with the outside world, an adult elephant has at least some chance to adapt since, even without a trunk, it remains a large, formidable animal. But the baby, most likely his fate is sealed. Hold on. If the trunk's so important for elephants and these animals are endangered, why haven't people come up with some kind of, prosthesis? I searched the web and it looks like the trunk is too complex to be replaced by something artificial, if only because it has about 40,000 muscles. For reference, there are slightly more than 600 muscles in the entire human body. So far, humanity has only managed to become inspired by the capabilities of the elephant's trunk and create a robotic arm. Unfortunately, only for our needs. You can't attach it to an animal. So far, all we can do is create prosthetic limbs for elephants. They have to be damn durable. One artificial elephant leg can weigh up to 33 pounds. After all, it has to support the weight of a really large animal. But I'm more interested in another matter. Crocodiles are not stupid at all. They've lived on our planet for millions of years and have survived a bunch of extinction events. Have they still not realized that biting an elephant by the trunk is not the brightest idea? Too often, a hunt like that can end very badly. Why not give it up? Well, except when hunger forces the crocodiles to risk their lives, perhaps they'd be happy to never mess with elephants, but they don't always understand who exactly they're targeting. If you're a crocodile that sees a trunk in the water, you might not even guess that an elephant is attached to it on the other side. This is only one of the theories, but it's supported by the fact that crocs generally can't see that well. Their eyes are fine-tuned to seek prey slightly above the water, from an ambush. When a crocodile has to dive, it can mistake the wiggling trunk for easy prey. What'll I have for lunch today? Oh, found it! But what about an encounter between large individuals? Those who can really go toe-to-toe. The crocodile quickly attacks and clamps its jaws around the trunk of an adult elephant. This is the most vulnerable part of its body. Moreover, it's most often immersed in water. Trying to free itself, the elephant tenses its trunk and shakes its head from side to side. This is a battle of physical strength and endurance. If the crocodile releases its grip, the elephant will stomp it. If the crocodile manages to bite off the elephant's trunk, it still has a chance to survive, while the elephant may die. And yet, I wouldn't claim the opponents are in the same weight category. See for yourself. A crocodile needs to pull its prey into the water. Although the largest of modern crocodiles reached 20 feet in length, it weighed slightly over a ton. At the same time, a common African elephant weighs about 6 tons. You see what the problem is? Now, if crocodiles were as large as they used to be in ancient times, they could have eaten elephants whole for breakfast. Deinosuchus is the largest known crocodile. It lived in the Cretaceous period and reached about 34 feet in length. Its teeth were the size of bananas, and the menu included every creature that roamed the area, including dinosaurs. And not just some small ones, scientists claim Deinosuchus could even eat tyrannosaurs. You have to admit, elephants aren't the most dangerous prey compared to them. Unfortunately, by the time the first known Proboscidea appeared on our planet, Deinosuchus had been considered extinct for about 20 million years. But I found sources that say modern crocodiles emerged about 55 million years ago, like Proboscidea. That is, at the same time. Could evolution make the ancient elephants grow in size so they could protect themselves from crocodiles? Who knows? Maybe the conflicts between elephants and crocodiles are actually something like revenge.
You know, I never understood all these elaborate tortures.
I, of course, can't claim we have a war between species here, which has been going on for millions of years. I haven't come across such studies, but if we look at modern evidence, there are stories when elephants remember crocodiles who did them wrong and attack them, even when there isn't an immediate danger. For example, the elephant mom attacked the crocodile, which, along with others, tried to ambush her young. Just because a predator threatened her babies some time ago, she brutally stamped him. And if you think I'm exaggerating the vengefulness of elephants, here's another fact. In Uganda, these animals block roads and destroy villages for no apparent reason. Scientists suspect that poaching in the 1970s and 1980s resulted in many animals experiencing severe stress. Some were orphaned. Some saw the death of their kin. At the same time, elephants have a good memory and are smart enough, which means they're ready to take revenge on their offenders even years later. So, why don't they take revenge on the crocodiles too? Moreover, according to some reports, elephants don't just destroy their enemies. They can also lodge reptiles up in trees. Okay, I admit it, that sounds pretty weird, but there are at least 2 records that prove it. In 1860, a hunter saw an elephant toss a dead crocodile on a tree. And a little later, the famous African explorer William Cotton Oswell mentioned crocodile carcasses in the fork of a tree in his book. Well, how else could they end up there if not with the help of elephants? After all, they couldn't just climb the trees. What? Crocodiles know how to climb trees? Steve, what's this nonsense in the script? Okay. Although crocodiles don't have anatomic adaptations for climbing trees, they do it anyway. Such conclusions were made by scientists who published a study in the journal Herpetology Notes. After studying 5 crocodile species in Africa, Australia, and North America, the team found that reptiles can climb up to 7 feet above the ground. Young species were seen up to 30 feet high. 30 feet! Moreover, people who lived near these areas with crocodiles knew about this for decades. They just didn't tell anyone. Or maybe scientists of the past didn't want to address the matter properly. Okay, so crocodiles can climb trees. What's next? Elephants get into caves and eat rocks? Oh, come on. In Kenya's Mount Elgon National Park, elephants often spend time in caves on the slopes of an extinct volcano. These are rather large caves, up to 492 feet long and about 33 feet high. They're also full of salt. Elephants not only lick it, but they also use tusks to break off pieces of the cave wall, which they then chew and swallow. Damn, we're busted, boys! Eat grass! Eat grass! Well, these elephants are lucky. They have access to a cave with an unlimited supply of salt. What about those who live somewhere in the middle of the savannah without any volcanoes? Okay, these elephants usually eat soil and rocks, not like they have a choice. But when you eat this much salt, some males can consume 31 to 44 pounds of salty soil in 45 minutes, you'll surely feel thirsty. What if you're an elephant and can't carry a bottle of water with you? Ha! Just dig a pond. Elephants can sense water underground, so they just start digging during dry periods. They keep digging until they get to the groundwater. Of course, other animals are happy to take advantage of such ponds. They come to drink after the elephant herd leaves. I wouldn't be surprised if elephants learned this trick from crocodiles. Some of them, like the alligators in the Everglades National Park, dig holes in marshes. Water remains there almost all the time, except when severe droughts happen. So other animals often hide in these holes. Of course, when alligators don't use them. Otherwise, predators simply eat their guests. But this is not the only risk. The more animals use a small body of water, the higher the likelihood of picking up some kind of virus or dangerous bacteria through the water. It sounds pretty logical. A bunch of animals of various species gather together, everyone drinks close to each other, there's no social distancing. Perhaps the most famous case of mass poisoning happened in 2020 when about 350 elephants died in Botswana because they were just drinking water. Toxins produced by bacteria were found in the reservoirs. Apparently, the elephants simply drank too much poisonous water. And there weren't even crocodiles in it. See you later.